Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Stranger Things. Last time on Stranger Things, we had the bathtub, where basically all the plot lines converged. The kids, Joyce and Hopper, Nancy and Jonathan, we all teamed up to figure out what the heck is going on. And we had some chase scenes. Brenner showed up for a little bit. We had another funny scene with Michael's dad, which was cool. And we basically saw into the Upside Down a little bit. 11 sort of gazed into the Upside Down, and we learned that Barb is dead, and Will is still alive, but just barely. And he may be dying pretty soon. He might have just been attacked by the monster. So, yeah. As always, I go through my whole spoiler spiel where I say no spoilers whatsoever. Let's only talk about this episode and episodes that have led up to it. And since this is the Season 1 finale, we will be talking about it at the end of the in the discussion part of this video, the season as a whole. And yeah, one more thing I should note, actually, is I'm trying to get ahead on videos a little bit, and the reason will become apparent later, but I'm getting a little bit ahead on videos. So actually, by the time you're watching this now, I will have already filmed my reaction to Season 2, Episode 1. But, despite that, no spoilers. Let's not talk about Season 2 whatsoever. Let's only talk about this pretty much as if I haven't watched the first episode of Season 2. Yeah, that's basically it. So, yeah, let's get right into the Season 1 finale of Stranger Things. This is gonna be fun.
Go to hell.
Yeah. Oh, dang it.
Nancy! Jonathan!
Oh, yeah. Nancy and Jonathan, left. Get their stuff and go
Nancy and Jonathan, his
go
car's
kill.
gone. They're probably just stuck in phase so.
Alright, the last people didn't work. Let's send in Clinton to see if Hopper will talk. God, are we gonna spend the whole episode in here? I cannot watch this whole episode behind my hands.
1, 3.
Oh.
1,
No. Oh.
2.
Don't.
You need
No,
to leave.
listen, I messed up. Okay, I messed up. I'll make things right.
This is such a bad time to do this.
Whoa.
Get out!
Wait, what? What is going on?
You have 5 seconds
Poor
to get
Steve.
Okay, it's a joke. Stop. Put the
I'm
gun
doing
down.
this for you.
Hold on. Wait, what is it?
Nancy.
Three.
Oh, God.
No.
Nancy! Lights!
It's here.
It's here.
Oh, God. Crap, it's just here now. Oh, why does it open? I mean, it's gone. It has to be gone. It's gone because of the lights. Okay, well, I guess that's the good thing, is that it's not just gonna pop out randomly at me. I guess I never realized this, but it's gonna start screwing with the lights. Oh, his daughter had cancer. Okay, you're gonna have to give him a gun or something. Maybe a chainsaw. We got the whole Evil Dead thing going on. Yeah, he is Audi 5000. Oh, it's gonna come for him. Oh. Oh, the juices and such. Oh. Yeah, hair! Redemption! Oh, screw this thing, man. Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Oh crap, is that Will's house? It's gonna be right there. Crap, that's Will's house. It's there, isn't it? Hopper has to take the fight on now. But it's wounded, and he's got a freaking, like... He's got like a freaking Uzi. Oh. Oh no. Oh, that's them.
It was hurt.
That's them doing that. Because they're in the Upside Down. So then where's the monster? Where's the monster, Mansley? Oh. Leia. Oh, Brenner's gonna come in and cock block. I shouldn't say that, they're children. Oh! Oh.
Are you okay? Ow!
I think they're dead.
No, she won't wake up. Ow!
Ooh.
Ow! Ow!
Check his pulse, Yugi.
There's more blood.
What was I gonna write down? Dang it.
No! You want her? You have to kill us first.
That's right.
Eat shit!
Ah, dang it.
Get out there, you idiot! Like...
You turned her against me.
What?
Oh no.
What?
The monster is here? I thought it was in the Upside Down. Oh, crap. Brenda, you better have a freaking fiery sword. Shoot it! Look at what you have done, Brenner. Because of the freaking Soviets. Crap, is Brenner dead? Crap. So then it's not in here. It's not in the library. Unless... Are there two monsters? Oh crap. What if there are two monsters? One in the library, the one that's injured, and one that just attacked Hopper. Or not Hopper, Brenner. Oh no. Yeah.
Come on.
Oh god.
Promise.
The bullets have stopped. Oh, maybe not. Crap, bullets do not hurt this thing apparently. Crap.
Is
No.
it dead?
No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, God. Oh. I think 11 did that. Excuse me, gotta kill the monster.
11, stop!
Oh. Crap, did she get like a Zenkai boost or something?
Goodbye, Mike.
What? No, you can just kill it. Unless that's gonna kill you. Crap. Oh. Ooh, whoa, crap. It's like Thanos, man.
Ow!
Crap, it's dead.
Ow!
What happened to her? Oh, yes. Okay. We saved Will. Yes. Okay. This has been an intense episode. Dad doesn't. The dad doesn't even hug him. The dad is weird. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Is this actually the FBI? Who else could it be? Brenner is dead. Oh, sweet, it's Christmas. Sweet, I love Christmas.
Something's coming.
That's a lot of wreaths.
Something angry.
Oh, jeez, what's that smell? You guys been playing games all day or just farting?
No, it's just Dustin. He farted. Dustin farted.
Okay. Very
Dustin
well.
farted.
You ready?
Yeah.
Everything's so happy. But there's a season 2, so I'm confused.
Buckle up.
A new camera.
Yeah.
Aww. Oh, what? What? Oh my gosh, I am so happy that there's Christmas music and everything. Hey, Hopper. Oh, Hopper, what are you doing? What? Oh, crap, Will. Oh, no. The thing is still in him.
Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Don't. Oh, man. Freaking flies. Okay, is that it? Yeah. And so ends season 1 of Stranger Things. Holy Toledo. That was amazing. Alright. Because it's the end of season 1, I wrote down a ton of notes. And we're just going to go through them one by one. First off, the monster's name. Because the monster really didn't have a name in this. They really just called it the monster. It seemed like Brenner... I don't know. What was Brenner's plan for the monster? Because he seemed to just want to use 11, but he had no, like, ideas on what to do. I don't know. We never got, like, an insight to what he was trying to do, if he was going to do anything about the Upside Down, or the monster, or if he just wanted to get 11 back so that he could spy on Soviets. We don't know. So, yeah. The next thing I wrote down is Brenner as a villain. Again, we really didn't get a lot of Brenner. Which is interesting, despite him being kind of one of the main bad guys, other than the monster itself. He really wasn't around enough to get to know him. We don't know his backstory. We don't really know what he's doing, other than he initially wanted to use 11 to spy on the Soviets. But yeah, he really didn't do much else. He didn't have a whole lot of scenes to himself, so I'd say he's interesting, and maybe if he stuck around for next season, we could find out more about him, but from what it seems like, he's dead. So, and pretty much everyone from Brenner's lab, basically, is dead too. So that's interesting. Next thing I wrote down was Hopper's past. Really great that we finally get to see Hopper's past. You know, they've kind of teased it before. You know, we pretty much assumed that he had a daughter that died. We didn't really know how, or if we did, I don't remember. So sorry about that. Sometimes when you're doing these shows and you're doing one episode per week, you tend to forget things. So if they said it before, I apologize. But this time, it's finally like it hit you over the head. His daughter had cancer. So that was really emotional. Hopper, again, Hopper is my favorite character on the show. I would say Jonathan is probably a close second as my favorite character, but Hopper, he is so interesting, and I really like his personality and how he's dealing with everything. He's kind of I guess you could describe him sort of as the grumpy cop, but at the same time, he knows what he needs to do, and he knows he has to do the right thing and go, like, hunt down the monster and find Will. He doesn't just, write off Joyce as a crazy person. Well, initially he kind of does, but he still investigates it and eventually figures out that Joyce is not crazy. So I really like that. There is a friggin' bug that has been bothering me this whole reaction, and it's so tiny, but okay. Sorry about that. Oh, this bug just will not go away. Anyway, the next thing I wrote down is the kids. The kids, honestly, I thought they would have a bigger role in this, because pretty much when I would ever hear about this show, really the only stuff I really saw was the kids, I guess. So I kind of figured they would just be the main characters, but they're really not. There really isn't a main character in this. None of them are the true main character. It's very much an ensemble cast. We go with, we follow Hopper for a while. We follow Joyce, Jonathan, Nancy, the kids, Eleven, all of them. So it's really an ensemble cast. So because of that, the kids, I think, got the appropriate amount of screen time. But it's just interesting because normally, like, even in an 80s movie, like they're trying to do, like, the first example I think of is, like, The Goonies, which I really didn't care for The Goonies when I watched it. And I watched it, like, God, when I was maybe 17, I watched The Goonies in, like, a film studies class. I did not care for it. I didn't think it was that great. But The Goonies is very much about the kids. Here, I think the difference is that in this, yes, you have the 80s kids in here, and this is definitely based, heavily inspired by 80s movies like E.T. and The Goonies and stuff like that, but this is still a very adult show, so we focus on a lot of adults. Hopper, Joyce, Jonathan, Nancy, even though they're teenagers, but whatever. And yes, we do have a focus on the kids, but they're not the whole center of the show, which is really interesting. But I actually like that because, and I like the kids, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if the show would be nearly as good if it was just them. Like, everyone else is like a background character, and it was solely focused on the four of them. I don't think it would have worked as well. I think it works so much better because you have Hopper and Joyce and Jonathan and Nancy and, you know what, even Steve. Which segues right into my next point, Steve. I'm glad that he's basically been redeemed and that he was willing. He realized his mistake and he went to Nancy to apologize and try to make things right. And when the friggin' monster showed up, he stepped up and he beat the ever-loving crap out of that thing. Fly is back. I think I got it. I either got it or I scared the hell out of it. Alright, moving on. So it's interesting to see that even Steve has went from being sort of the generic 80s teenager to really developing as a character. So I really like that. And again, you wouldn't get that if the show was based on the kids alone. If it was focused on the kids. The point, it's good that we have more than one character, more than just the kids. Like, I kept saying at the beginning, like, towards the beginning of this show, like, anytime it would cut to Jonathan and, he was really supportive of Joyce, I was like, wow, that's an 80s teenager that's really, really supportive. Who would have thought? But that's because in so many 80s movies I've seen, the teenagers are very generic, very bland, and very boring, honestly. Whereas here, Jonathan, Nancy, and now Steve have really developed in their characters, and I really like that. Okay, I wrote down two monsters. This didn't end up being the case because it was basically when Hopper and Joyce found the blood trail in the Upside Down and found, I guess, the monster's lair at the public library. And while this was happening, the monster was at Hawkins Middle School just killing everyone, including Brenner. So I kind of wondered, are there actually two monsters? Is there a monster that's injured that we've kind of been following? At the very least, the one that attacked Jonathan, Nancy, and Steve, who's at the public library, and is there a second monster that's now attacking Brenner and everyone at Hawkins Middle School? That didn't end up being the case. It really ended up just being one monster, which is okay. It's just that the trail led them there, and then they found Will, whereas the monster had already cleared out by then and was going after Brenner. So that's really interesting. Well, technically, I guess he was going after 11, and mostly because of all the blood. So that was interesting. 11's sacrifice, that was interesting. That as far as we know, she's gone, but maybe not. I don't know. Hopper at the end was, leaving Eggo waffles in a box. Does that mean there's going to be Eggo waffles in the Upside Down? Is she trapped in the Upside Down now? I have no idea what's happening with 11, but yeah, it was really cool that she just, sacrificed herself and completely, overkilled with her power. That was really cool. I guess we just kind of covered Hopper and the agents. We're really not sure what he's doing. He just kind of got stopped by some agents. We don't know who the agents are, if they worked for Brenner, or if they work for the FBI or the CIA or Homeland Security. Who knows? But he talked to them, and then the next thing we pretty much see of him is him leaving the Eggos, presumably for 11. I mean, who else eats Eggos? So really curious as to where we're going to go with that next season. And then the last thing I wrote down, but we'll talk about another thing after. Nancy and Steve at the end there, are they back together? Are you friggin' kidding me? They're back together after all that? Are you friggin' kidding me? Dang it. I was hoping... I just kind of figured that Nancy and Jonathan would be the item, I guess. But no, it's Nancy and Steve again. I don't know about that, man. I really don't know. That doesn't seem like a great idea. Yes, I just went on this whole thing about how Steve has evolved as a character and, apologized for everything, but I don't know if you should really take him back. I think he needs to, reevaluate his life or something, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see where that goes. Maybe he'll just be a stand-up guy now. And yeah, and the last thing, I didn't write it down, but Will, first off, it's great to know that we did actually save Will. That we didn't go through all of this just for Will to be dead somewhere. No, Will is alive. Barb is dead, which kind of sucks, but Will is alive. They did save Will, but there's something going on with him. There's something maybe a part of the monster is still inside of him, and that's why he's puking up slugs, which is really gross. So it'll be interesting to see where we go with him next season, because pretty much throughout this whole season we haven't had Will at all. We basically, in the group dynamic, we just replaced Will with 11, and that's where most of the story came from. So it'll be interesting now, next season, if, I don't know, maybe next season is the search for 11 or something. Do a search for Spot kind of thing. But if next season, now we're going to have a dynamic with Will as a part of the group, and they're going and searching for 11. That could be interesting. So, yeah, really interested to see where it goes. Really love this season and love this show. This is a really, really great show, and I'm happy that I just randomly decided to start reacting to it. Yeah, cannot wait to see where we go with Season 2. Once again, like I said in the beginning, I am going to be watching Season 2, Episode 1 before this episode actually goes on YouTube. But, again, in the comments, let's keep the comments focused on Season 1, not Season 2, and yeah, it basically, if you guys, talk about Season 1 in the comments, I'll probably, I'll probably engage with some of you guys in the comments. We'll talk about Season 1, but let's not talk about season 2 in any way. Even though technically I might know some things, that there are things to reveal in season 2, episode 1, but yeah. But I'm only going to be watching season 2, episode 1. So again, no spoilers for season 2 in the comments. Let's only talk about season 1, despite the fact that by the time this video goes up, I've already seen season 2, episode 1. So yeah, that is basically it. Once again, really love this show. Happy I started reacting to it, and yeah, this was really fun. And I am so excited for season 2. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Stranger Things reactions, I've got the playlist down here. I've got some other videos you can check out as well. We've also got the subscribe button down here if you haven't done that already, and you can follow me on social media, links below in the description. Take care.